Isaac Tasankoe, Anthony Harrison, Zayden York, Caleb Crowell, Caleb Gray, Rhett Bellamy, Colton Baker, and Jake Devon. Ladies and gentlemen, your Fort Cobb Broxton Mustangs. And now the roster players for the home Oktaha Tigers. Dylan Walden, Mason Pickering, Maddox Edwards, Braxton Casey, Canyon Elam, Jacob Duncan, Hunter Ford, Connor Ward, Dylan Madewell, Connor Casey, Ian Walzer, Dallas Hamilton, Kyson Browning, Darren Ledford, Kipton Christian, Brody Brock, Bo Fote, Kaysen McPherson, Avery Browning, and Cale Testerman. This game is live streaming on Prep Nation TV. Now the plate number 10, Tanner McAdoo.
This is my Sensi card, but if you have any like voice work or anything that you need a female voice for, if you need to give me a call, feel free. Not that you ever do any of that, but you never know. That's my thing.
Plow to center field, one down.
I'm all about at least making connections.
Well, good.
That way if you have anything that you think of, you know.
Now batting number 11, Blaine Davis. Two-two pitch count now after the ball rolls wide. I guess right. For those of you that are football fans, you'll know exactly what that phrase references. And goes down the right field line. In for the single. Base runner on for the Mustangs.
So the home team, did they get
Yeah, that's a single for the top team. It was a hot ball. It was contested ball. Now at the plate number 9, Blaine Bellamy. Courtesy runner at first, Riker Hill. Yes, away. Yep.
for us?
Yes. So you imagine what happened. Guys asked you, and then someone else hit.
Yeah.
Very next batter, 2. What does Kyler do 3 of? Swings and fouls one off. Not like he usually. You think about this game, if we're close enough, we got a fucking chance. He goes over there, beats his ass, and sends it back home. Like, keep on.
But he did that to him this year because he quit saying it.
Well, Proctor tells him, he looked at James, James walking up, looked back, looked at said, James, and James was telling a story. Proctor looked at James, you still in there, so you kick your ass out of the game. So James walks back to the dugout, going to James, what are you doing? I told you you did that. He's like, Proctor's not on the kid. He's like, it's not up to Proctor.
No, it's not.
He said, you got 2 choices. You can go sit on the bus, or you can go. And the umpire said, they're going, come on, guys.
Oh, nice catch.
Boom, come on, time out. He goes up and looks for something Proctor, and then he's hit. Plugs Proctor back in the next time around, Proctor hits one.
90 more feet.
Yeah.
He did it twice.
He did it
to
at
Proctor
Tanner once, and he did it at home.
Well, he didn't do it in a regional tournament, I know that.
No.
I'll never forget it either. Like, we go, and then Tyson Hazelbeck leads off.
They get another out?
Three
Yep.
straight
What
pitches.
happened?
I took 3 pitches. And then Dalen caught my
I think they tossed him.
that time. And Dalen fouls the first fastball off. And he throws him a slider. And it goes fast. And it was the world's worst swing I ever saw. His eyes were like,
Well, at the bottom of the first inning for the Tigers coming up to bat, it'll be Walden, Edwards, and Ledford.
he was fun.
Yeah.
I don't know what he's doing. I think he's a good player.
He is, but, you know, he told the kids, he told the boys a story that after the draft was over, that he got offered $500,000 by the, Tigers. And Kevin Farr and I have been talking, you guys definitely heard this talk anyway.
Just a reminder, the conclusion of this game, the 2023 or third annual Best of the Best Baseball Festival. We will announce our most outstanding player and most valuable players of the tournament. If players have already left, their awards can be picked up or dropped off at a future game. If players here on the field win, please stand by for that announcement at the conclusion of today's final game.
That's what some people are saying. Because the kids from around us, Oswego and Puckett, actually like got drafted for cheaper. And so I think people are kind of like, I don't know, I didn't need it. So I think he's like, well, I got offered $500,000. I didn't.
I was sad, we,
Did Fisher sign?
All niggas drafted.
Oh, no, okay, who's the kid?
Richie.
Did he
College.
sign?
Yeah, he got drafted. I don't know.
He didn't sign. He got drafted like in the 19th.
I didn't know when it was, I just didn't remember his name or his son.
he went late. The kid from Foxborough went,
He did go.
he did go, but he went in like the 15th round. And I,
Now batting for Oktaha, number 1, Dylan Walden.
He went to the end.
So, Oklahoma, I don't know this kid. That makes no sense. I got you.
but you know, when we were on that snide last year, when we had that 3 or 4 game losing streak,
Well, you guys are normal.
so we were in the Etoka tournament, and the Orioles and somebody else, they called their Romo to be there, but he was pissed at the senior, so you know what happened? He didn't play at one. Sure, not too many guys involved in that.
I mean, he took money off.
Ooh. Somebody get hit or
Why you not playing?
struck at it?
You're
popped up saying his Twitter.
And he's hitting right behind Jackson Willis. And I screenshot that and I said, Brad, Amy's like that. So then the next week, he plays with the Rangers. The next week, he says he can't be there. His ass goes jogging and tries to qualify with the drillers. So he's trying to qualify again.
Now batting number 3, Maddox Edwards.
Oh, that's good.
Beautifully placed ball all the way down right field line. Little roll to the fence. Coach Rodden's going to send him. So Hot Rod sends him home. It is a RBI triple for Oktaha.
So that was a hit for guest. Correct?
Yes.
Say it again?
Hit for guest.
RBI triple Oktaha 1-0.
Oh, no, they're home.
You're
They're home.
freaking kidding me. That's
They're
what I
home.
said guest. Okay. Hold on.
Now at the plate number 14, Darren Ledford.
Just redo your whole, reset the whole thing.
No, I got it.
Oh, never mind, you've got it.
Press edit,
Got it?
That's when
press runs
I
for
asked him to make
visitors.
all stick in.
Runs for
Runs.
visitors.
Wait for the Rangers.
Runs, add 1. Runs, yep. Press go to 0. Press enter. Now go back down to home and press 1 run. 1 run. Yep, 1 more.
Okay. Thank you.
Now your hits need to be on,
Yeah, I can't change those.
Yeah, you can.
Oh,
Same
edit.
thing.
Edit.
Hits for that. Yep. And then
Ah.
do 0.
Oh, it's one.
It's 1. For the away team.
Yes.
Then you can add
Is
the-
that right?
yes, and then hits on home would be 1.
Okay. Ah, thank you.
You're welcome.
Not you.
No, I didn't think of that one.
Oh.
Alright, let's watch this some bitch be wearing the same thing.
That second baseman,
Sack RBI on the 4-3 ground out. Now batting number 2, Mason Pickering.
Sorry about that,
He
Greg.
played on the 2025.
Sorry about
This
that.
is the one that played under eliminated or whatever he is.
he'd already annoyed me as a coach, all that bullshit he does, get in the box.
Oh, straight.
Just watch. He's gonna strike out low. Based on stupid score.
He does, all over. Did you play against Oklahoma at all when you were?
I've never played against them. Yeah, no, that's a lie. That's a lie. We played them once. And for a kid, hit them all 9 runs. To right field. Where Tish,
The
where Murray State,
The
they
reason-
went to the moon.
The reason I asked that is because we played him when Cody was there, but now Brock is younger, a lot younger, not a lot younger, but he's a couple years younger than Cody. And he's already hit home run and he's already moved up to the death row. I don't know the draft kid, but he's in the death row right now.
You played Oklahoma Dinger?
Yeah, beat their ass.
We did not. We beat Rock the next day though.
We beat Oktaha and, did the regional champion, Bill State Tournament.
That was a bad day for Rock.
Boy, there.
They just got beat by Calera ahead of us. And I'm like, we got no chance, man. Like, we already lost 2 games. Touch beat us and then Oktaha beat us. And I'm like, damn. You know, they're pissed. Right. And I'm like, they're like boat races. Nate Jennings goes out and just dominates them. And I'm like, wow. Caleb Moss hits a home run in the 9 hole. It was a fluke.
When he swings like that and it's going to the right field, that's swinging late, right?
Mhm.
That's what I thought.
It basically means that his arm to box ratio is off and the pitcher has jammed him, or he swung late. One of the two or both.
Sweet. Ah, there he is.
Yeah. So the 4-3 ground out leaves us now with 2 down. Coming up to bat for Oktaha, number 15, Kip Christian.
Philly of the Seattle Mariners. Just typed in the You were gonna get there eventually.
Took over the ring here.
You started with Arizona.
Yeah.
S. Way after me, right?
Here's what, listen to this. We were talking about, like, we were talking about the team that the Braves have all their, you know, they have one SFAA team.
Top of the second coming up.
Team, Romans are single A team, and Augusta's a
Oktaha scores one. We'll head to the top of the second inning with the Mustangs coming up to bat. Your score, Oktaha 1, Fort Cobb, Broxton 0.
Fresno. Hang on, I gotta look at them, 'cause I'm gonna miss one of them. But we were looking at them last night, how it was rolling. They are in Fresno in single A, Spokane in high A, Hartford, Connecticut in double A, and Albuquerque in triple A.
Yeah, all corners of the world.
They're all over the place, you grew up there.
You were gonna say something about the home plate call earlier? Talk to.
Bobby said that he was out, so wasn't close, and he tagged him and said
Why do you call him safe?
he said his hand was, he said he was safe, he said his hand was on the plate when he tagged him. It didn't look that way from here, it looked like he was out from here.
Who was it?
When Silo slid, ran home.
When Weaver got
And he slid him.
safe on Zane's infield hit that he dove the first time, and Weaver scored. The county Met coach came out, questioned the call.
Oh.
He said he tagged his hand when his hand was on the base. That's what he told me. I'm like,
I'd say that answer
didn't see
too.
it that
Sure.
way. Didn't see it that way, but that's okay.
Don't think about it. I'll tell you what, this little lefty right here, he's little. This dude, he's got a chance to play the game. That was a fun one. Good state tournament.
Now at the plate, number 15, Mason Luke.
Go state tournament, it'll be fun. You show up, I got 12 guys on my roster, and I was at 40. And it's like, what the hell are we doing?
The best one was your first trip to the state tournament, and you got there to play Asher, and Asher throws off because they got Asher as the best pitcher in the state.
I'll never forget that.
Any class.
I remember that.
I'll
And
never
they throw off.
His booth, because Oak's in our dugout and we're leaving. And,
Like to thank our coverage sponsors for today's Game 3 action, Ouachita Valley Bank and El Giracho in Oktaha. They also have a restaurant in Laverne, and I believe they've opened a third one in the area,
Trevor Martin.
closer to Muskogee, if I remember correctly.
I never will forget the word
Cause he went on to work.
OSU.
He was always-
Oh, I should be to the pros.
He's in Dublin now, I think. Don't piss that.
But I thought, all I remember was, he,
Oh.
safe.
Oh, Bob is 2 for 2 today.
We played him twice.
Third strike, base on ball, safe.
2, we need to take him out. His freshman, or sophomore year. And they didn't go get 6.
Would that be an error?
Yes,
Or,
on the first base.
Coming up to bat, number 12, Lane Coombs.
On the home team.
Yep.
That was I can say this. Their team.
He was looking to catch, tried to scoop, and did it the wrong way, and he dropped it.
16 or something like that. And he was 15 and 0 and another win. Yeah, literally, they had like 15 wins on the season. He had like 12 of them. Oh,
Well, you know, we didn't know the history when we moved down there, but the guy that used to be, so Pat Hoffman, you know Pat Hoffman is full-time basketball, girls basketball coach, coached Joe King. He coached Fort Cobb, coached Joe King with my dad, and then went to Moreland and coached, had those, middle school girls back in the late 80s that had good basketball teams. Anyway, his son-in-law was the coach after.
was a late swing.
Those off-speed change-ups will make you look quite foolish, and boy, he got him on that one. Way, way, way off mark. Oh, nice curveball that breaks across the plate, evens it up 2-2.
Hamilton goes back to Ash.
Ring him up, strikeout. K-time.
when you talk about action.
Now at the plate number 7, Caleb Crowell.
Yeah, he did. Hamilton threw against you that day. Yeah, he
No,
did. Sure
Hamilton
did.
played center field.
No, I don't think
He's
so.
a
He's got a boy, he's got a boy now playing at OBU.
Yeah, I don't think it was a little guy. It wasn't his kid.
Okay, we're not arguing. Who was the kid? Hang on, I gotta think of where he went to school.
Well, the Tigers pitcher today is dealing, folks. He is bringing his A game.
Not the silo. He was like the player of the year pitcher. Cody's age. Because he went to Rose State. Everybody thought he was going to be drafted. He didn't.
And this time, the third strike Basin Bowl opportunity not there for them to advance.
But they're saying Cody was going to Rose State. Cody took him home. And he was like, hey, in high school, too. I can't do it.
Now batting number 3, Caleb Gray.
So, I was saying B,
I was gonna stay in B.
and then where's Cali Lake?
They'll be in B. I think they'll be in B
Somebody
too.
said,
I just haven't seen that much Indians all day.
yeah, somebody
Maybe
just
a
told
pretty
me
fast
that.
game if they just keep doing this.
Yeah.
Barnum moved to A.
No, I can't, because I always his website's not working.
Barnum's gonna move to A, and he said, one of them's like, we're gonna get in the same district as, Calera, one of those teams around there, or, Silo, or not Silo, but,
Barnum and Calera are
Lada,
close to each other.
no, Barnum's by Shetland, and
By Seminole.
Seminole.
Yeah, so I can see them get, yeah, they can get Lada. Heard Lada brings back a ton.
Ooh.
Yeah, that would be pretty decent.
Hot shot to the dugout. It's a good thing he's young and still has his reflexes.
I think for us, it's gonna be Washington in the spring, and obviously it'll come on fall.
Chopper right to shortstop. He'll have the 6-4 fielder's choice, and that'll do it on the tagout.
It's not bad.
6-4 fielder's choice will take us to the bottom of the second inning. Tigers coming up to bat.
So you two will always be together, don't worry about it.
And they were saying, but they were saying that Jeffco will have Silo in the Dale tournament next year. in spring.
Jeff go to have who?
Silo.
That's not what he told me. That's what he told us. It was the other way around. They were all wanting to get out of it this fall. We're gonna get drunker and shit. I didn't just take a job saying thing, but no one knew about it. And I knew Jimmy was the guy then, because I was the guy. I was not the guy then, and I knew it was Jimmy. This is the way it worked. I talked to Muncie and all those. I knew it was him. They chose him or whatever. And no one all broke. I'm like, guys, it's Jimmy. Tell me what you thought. No, we're getting out of it. No.
So what, they're getting out of what?
They were all talking about like Kevin was like, let's just move the Dell tournaments over. All those things. And we'll take all these teams and move over all. Yeah. And Eddie was just laughing, okay. But Eddie was just
Yeah, I had heard that a couple.
the happiest guy in the world that Billy Jack was leaving was Ricky Timotoa at Claire. He was like, I'm gonna have a chance to win. And they hired Eddie and he was like,
Coming up to bat now for the Tigers, number 24, Cale Testerman.
Did that kid in right field not have a hat on?
Yeah, he does. Just
Got
gotta watch for
the white. It's
So he
about-
didn't-
he ordered it when he was a first grader, so
it's
it's
not like the pictures. I was
yeah. Half of Fulton's roster last year's parents went to Bing Creek, or the kids did.
Mm-hmm.
You talk about being loaded, Binger would have been hands down state champion.
Mm-hmm.
Everything that those kids all stayed there. The catcher at Roth, Brandon Wilson, both Willets, both Thiessen boys, Smith boys there at Marlowe.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if that group would all stay together, oh my.
There was one more at Silo and Roth too.
Years ago, Lovell, he was there. Killing Lovell was there. If they would all stay, Randy stayed,
I'm
they'd be.
still on this thing, but when in the world did they shop at you like
You tell her what I told you yesterday? That he made the new principal mad already? The new principal, when he got hired, that's at my job, he said, my wife is.
Just a reminder, all dugout balls that go foul, each team respectively, please grab the balls and put them back so that they are available for the umpires. Thank you.
Allie Hibber resigned. And so he said, we'll put her in the library or something like that, basically. And he's like, well, she's not qualified to be a librarian. And he's like, we bumped them together. And
I caught it, though.
he goes, well, we'll figure something out. He told Kylie, well, Kylie, to keep her, I guess you have to redo your library thing every couple of years or whatever. And hers was expiring. And he's like, did you redo it? Because everybody used her license, even though she wasn't working there.
Now up to bat number 4, Braxton Casey.
So anyway, so he says he can't, so they're gonna do something, but I think they ended up their, what's that conference, something for the lady that retired, just retired.
Oh, okay.
He's gonna let her run or something like that, anyway, they found a spot for her, he just hired him as the elementary counselor.
Yeah.
So, I'm just telling you, I said this, he's the biggest problem. I wish him that he's gonna take everything down. They said they hired a guy from my side to be the strength guy, and everybody's been saying, Gary is furious right now because he don't do practice.
How did he do that? When I didn't even see him freaking.
Up the plate next, number 5, Kenyon Elam.
Do you know what Viceland and Mary was in?
I was at Oregon, he's there.
Were y'all together, or was that before?
We were co-op in sports.
But they were together
We
before
weren't school.
Sit. Straight straight here. Yeah.
We were co-op together in sports.
He has to have something on somebody. The board supports him more than anybody
Well, I know
should.
that there's I got him this job, and I got that.
And I think that's where
And I
it
think,
is.
so now I think Jason Smart
I
said
think
yes,
it's a
sir,
safe
to
base.
anything he says.
Well, he is, because I'm telling you, there's, what they did in the academic thing last year should have got him fired. I mean, but once again, he's smart enough, it didn't affect any of their kids. I guarantee if he'd have kept any of the systems kids or, Sharia's kids off that list because they, there have been major issues, but as long as it don't affect the board's kids, they don't care. And that, to me, that's the biggest problem too. He doesn't care about everybody else's kids too. And here's the thing, I told someone this the other day, we were talking about it. If they would have told him, okay, I'm giving you a free pass, you can fire one teacher, no consequences, no argument, they can't debate it, they can't fire you, fire one teacher in this building, listen, Brady Hammer be gone tomorrow. He freaking hates Brady Hammer.
Gregory,
Well, I'm gonna tell you, we come from that setting at ceiling that, obviously.
why does he not like him? Because he gets to run the
He
school.
played Little Tegan over him when T was a seventh grader, he played him over Hannah, her over Hannah.
Okay, I knew that.
The
And
Rick
that's what I
stroke.
thought, yes.
Yeah, and they got into it, and then, of course, then Brian kind of did the same thing, not the same exact thing with her in softball. Mama went all over that too, so.
Silos an absolute don't when it comes to infrastructure of the school.
Coming up to bat next for the Mustangs in the top of the 3rd, number 1, Braden Davis.
Yeah.
If they had ceilings set up, I would be amazed where they.
I was just told, I was told this the other day, but, Greg Gilchrist, he said something about, I said something about, I said, I hear they're hiring everybody, getting everybody rehired or whatever. He said, Greg, he's pretty good at spending money. I said, spending money, what do you mean? They bought new desks for every teacher and every, that school's 4 years old, 5 years old.
Dude, I am telling you, he is number 8.
Yeah.
That's the way.
That's what Gage went out. So, he was the superintendent Gage when they went under. So.
That's what I'm saying, and that's why when I talked to
Strikeout.
Sapphire doesn't make it harder for me.
Back to the top of the lineup for the Mustangs. Number 10, Tanner McAdoo.
She said she would, because they had a,
If he didn't get the grand job, he's gonna have a hard time getting the job.
that was the thing, well, they
Oh, I
said that was
didn't
already
know.
done inside. They
But
said
it
that's
doesn't
already
matter,
done.
it still doesn't matter. Like, I get the ship was there and all that too, but like, that's your home.
Well, I said the same thing, but couple of
I
board
was the
members.
world's biggest piece of shit when it came to getting my job at Fargo, and they hired me in AR. Cause it was home. And I was almost an higher one of them.
So what's he have that Graham doesn't want, like, what's?
Two balls?
I don't know that he.
I think so.
The story I was told, and he's right, I know what he's saying, but that they already, but
Yeah.
when before.
Starting to get too dark.
Colby Snyder and that, before Colby.
Or I'm
left,
just
they
not
already
used
had
to the-
it that he should, there was like, they posted.
All right, full count.
Because the board members called Braden, but the principal and superintendent are decided they're going to give it to Colby.
So kind of like the thing before you came, remember? How, what was that, the superintendent, Cyber and
Gregory.
service,
Yeah, service on there.
Coming up to bat next, number 11, Blaine Davis.
didn't talk to the board, but the board's pissed, and yelling. So similar situations that Brandon's board.
Well, that's what's going on right now at, with Lee. Shattuck wanted, the board wanted, what's her name? Oakley. Yeah. To come over, because the town wanted Wilson, so, cause they got some.
Thank you. Appreciate it. I'm good. She might want one.
Please, thank you.
I got another one here.
Maybe offer one of them. They've been talking more than I have.
Okay, that's the problem. And a daughter. Is that three? The daughter.
How did I miss
Well,
three?
it's gonna be a junior now, to make them,
This is our third and final game of the day.
she's gonna play basketball too.
4-3 on the ground out.
She was gonna play.
Recaps from prior games today. Rattan defeated Amber Pocasset 15-2, and then I believe Silo defeated Calumet 7-3. I think they got 2 runs across the board in the top of the 7th to make it look a little bit more respectable. We're in the pitcher's duel so far.
Almost up, now we'll talk on the phone or whatever. Travis.
We'll head to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Oktaha coming up to bat. They lead 1-0 over Fort Cobb Broxton.
And they left too. That's what I was gonna say, I started, we should.
We're at Allen's last year.
2-0 home. Add 1 run to home. How did I miss that?
It came in earlier. I didn't want to be a Budinsky and tell you.
Kyle just texted me that, but I'm from the.
It came in on basically a gimme run from third base. Basically, you can do it now, or
I did.
I would just do it now because otherwise you got to roll back and go to the 2nd inning anyway.
I did.
It's just better to end it for the 3rd instead of it being technically 1-1-0. Just do 101 and be done with it.
Probably good.
Yeah. And then don't forget, they could potentially score more runs in this inning. So.
They have Bayless, they have Harley, they have Allie, and they have Kate.
So will Arnett be senior class or?
But, and is that why the Kraken moved there? I thought it was, cause when I was hearing the Kraken moving and Bart getting the job, and I thought, of course, not the same.
Doesn't make any sense though.
Now batting number 22, Avery Browning.
So we are really close with the Dragons, right? They called us one night, we came out and talked, and they were like, what did you do, Chris? I go, well, I
Ball put in play to shortstop. Funky little bounce there at the end, but snags it. Perfunctory 4-3 ground out, 1 down.
So I'm just gonna give it to him now. Can I do it now, you think?
Coming up to bat next, number 1, Dylan Walden. Anybody at home that's wanting to keep score, your official box score will read 0-0-0, Fort Cobb Broxton 1-1-0.
Yeah.
It's easier for the scoreboard operator just to do it this way. So those of you that I know that are watching, because I have actually heard through the rumor mill, just keep in mind there is a first-time person doing this. She has done all of the games today, done a good job for having never done it before. So if there is a discrepancy, please politely bring it to the attention of someone here by the press box, and we will get it corrected.
I thought so. Rafi and I were, I was hitting with Rawlings one time.
He fixed it.
Little League fields. And Little Briggs, who was playing on that by-side team. And
Last year, he did all 4 games with me, and we both left here about equally awake.
he never
Just about 2 fallovers from falling asleep. It was brutal last year, wasn't it?
Yep. Well, what do we have, like 6 games here though that day?
It was 4, but they all went long. Pop-up drifts out to the shortstop into left field.
Sure, like financially, you were getting to take it, So I don't think there's any bad blood.
I don't think there's either.
Up to bat again for the Tigers, number 3, Maddox Edwards.
Also, I've been doing, like, this year we had limitations where we could only play a max of 5 games here, compared to last year where every game was starting at 8, and I was leaving at like midnight to 1 every night. So
And you did back-to-back days too,
I
didn't
was
you?
doing all. I was doing literally all 4 days every
Yeah.
day.
Yep.
So.
They think it is, and maybe I'll be wrong, but Heath, write it down. I say it's gonna be a shit show.
And what
Too many
is
of
he put it in the general fund, what he took the money, put it in
There's
the
too
general
many of
fund,
them,
so,
they got a 23-year-old league,
because nobody watches it, it says,
there's no,
Too many blue bloods.
What does that mean?
too many blue bloods. And what's gonna happen is you just brought Stidham in, and he's good. He's gonna play with one of those blue bloods, and somebody else is gonna move in and play with one of those blue bloods. And when Daniel Bowman's kid's not playing,
No, you're right.
All right, that's going to stay high and tight. Flies right to the center field, and it is a 3-up, 3-down inning for Oktaha. We'll head to the top of the 4th inning with the Mustangs coming up to bat. The score is Oktaha 2, Fort Cobb Broxton 0.
but they were like, we gotta play this guy, but we gotta play this guy.
That's one thing we learned, that you don't deal with the Billy Jack or the guy like you do. You're not gonna do it.
No,
It just doesn't matter.
the best guys. I can't wait to have a tire shop in class at home.
Nobody wants to touch their off-hand but Eddie just replaced Jerry Sanford. They don't, and not really don't decide what you talk about. Huge shoes. They fill back-to-back stops. But, I mean, that's unheard of almost.
That's the elephant in the
It
room.
is.
Do what?
That's the elephant in the room.
Yeah, they're both Hall of Fame coaches. That means Sanford put Dale on the map. That means they became the new Asher.
He's not gonna be able to do it.
And then Bowen toppled Dale, and they became the new elite team. And then kind of it was concurrent Roth cracking it up until Fort Cobb snapped their streak. And Binger kind of had that thing going there and beat for a while too.
You get that
Anthony.
in 2 years with them.
But when Milligan was with the team, Legend Smith was on the team. Randy's boy, he pitched for OU 4 years and went to North Carolina. And then Cody went to OSU for a year and then Crowley.
But you know the
Now he plays for the Braves farm system.
I know we're gonna.
Didn't know if you knew that or not.
Well, I'm that far.
What's your favorite sport?
But you know your team.
Professional boxing I love to watch because I enjoy it historically, but women's fast pitch softball,
I don't like.
Really?
college softball. Yeah.
Really?
I go to all the women's World Series games. I cover it. I've done it for 5 or 6 years now.
And what's your favorite?
Yeah, absolutely. Would rather watch that than just about anything other
I
than
would
just
much rather watch anything fast.
UFC or pro boxing. I hate watching some kind of baseball games like pro baseball. I hate because it takes like 3.5, 4 hours.
It's because you don't.
I would rather I watch like the playoffs, championship clinchers in the World Series, and that's about it. Just too long. I get bored.
Yeah.
Now pitching for Oktaha. Number 24, Kale Testament.
I know the biggest, and I think all the boys have bought in obviously already. But
Batting for the Mustangs, number 9, Blaine Bellaby.
arm care and rowing regiment versus the
It's 9 day, brother.
yeah. So Billy was just coach. No one was a pusher. I mean, he wanted everybody pushing. Yeah.
Dude, so we're at Winter Clinic Wrestling, we're at OU. Well, I'm on a panel. It's me, Billy Jack, some other people, and they're talking about throwing. And they want my opinion, and they want Billy Jack's opinion, because we have the fall ball guys that play, they play a high position and they finish out. And, you know,
3 and assist tag, 1 down.
take care of the line. When my shortstop pitches,
Now up to bat, number 20, Brody Smith.
never did that to my son, but I said that. Billy Jack's like, I throw my guy every day. Like, he's throwing every day. He's throwing this and this. I'm like, you can't say that. But like, you can, I guess. But like, if I said that, they'd run me out of this place.
Right.
I mean, he didn't get 3 shits. It's like, this is what we do. This is what we're gonna do. This stuff's gonna be done. If you don't like it, you know, like the one that Robert.
Oh shoot. If you think 1-1.
Yeah. You know, his side of the stories, if it's true, which there's some truth to that side of the story. We all know there's some truth to it. Like, that hurt that kid. But like, it didn't hurt the other ones. Like, I get like it's,
Yeah.
but it's not the same thing.
It's not. It's not.
And, you know, it's funny because they're 2 completely different worlds. And their success, just watch it. You know, make it different.
I agree. I agree. Oh, yeah.
He's talking about every day.
Yes,
Every day.
that's what he.
Well,
he's
even
saying.
No,
when-
they're basketball season. They get a basketball. They're going to throw 100 pitches. Like, they're throwing 100 balls every day. Every day.
And he wants you to.
No, yeah.
Yeah, every day.
Yeah.
Every day. I'm like, every day. Every day.
That's exactly what he meant. And
Dude,
was saying.
he was saying this in front of a coach to the entire group of Oklahoma coaches, and I'm like, I'm gonna go stand over there.
Well, you know,
This is the greatest name coach in the world. I'm gonna stand over there.
when Zane hurt his elbow last year in that perfect 250-yard field,
Work out.
it worked out. He caught us. See ya.
Enjoying this nice delay. That's what we're doing.
But, you know, we go
There it
see,
goes.
we go see
Watch your head.
sports guys, they're like, these kids.
Jeez, kids.
Tendinitis or whatever, something, yeah.
Yeah, you need to lay off, you don't need to throw anything. So this is 2 days later, 3 days later, at church, the guy's like, well, let me explain something to you. And I mean, he's working on his range of motion Monday.
Oh.
And, you know, he's throwing soft toss, Tuesday. And I mean, we just kept, and we just said, look, we gotta trust football. But, he wouldn't get out of that. Or to me.
I'm telling you this right now, if Brendan Struck the coach, know what he's doing. Exactly. You know, but it would have worked. He'd have been fine.
Right.
But like, you're not doing it.
Right.
You're not doing it. There's one guy in America that can get away with that.
Yes.
Now batting number 15, Mason Luke.
You're like, well, that's why he gets to win. He gets everything he wants, no matter what.
He does.
It's his world or nothing. And I'm over here walking on pins and needles. I was dumbfounded. Like, I was like, that dude, it's crazy. What do you know what to say? Like,
I missed it. What was
it's like
that?
you get trouble by mom and dad. You know right against
It was
that.
low and in the dirt inside, outside. So I call it, it's 2-0 count right now.
People would stop texting me. Oh.
Just about clipped him 3-0.
Yeah.
All right, well, it is a pitcher's duel thus far in this game. The only difference is Avery Browning has had the benefit of a RBI triple by Maddox Edwards and then a little ding shot that scored another run. That has given him a 2-0 lead over Blaine Davis. Those of you that are baseball purists, you know exactly who he is. He's the young man that absolutely tied the Roth Tigers in pretzel knots and delivered their state championship victory, 9-4 over Roth, clinching the third consecutive title for Coach Dale Bellamy at Fort Cobb Broxton High School.
What's gonna make them separates them from everybody else? Other separation.
Now batting number 12, Lane Coombs.
Legit power though, I guess.
Which one?
Legit power. I don't know what they have on the mound, but they're gonna try to outslow you. And honestly, from what I've seen today, outside of Brad's hands, all of them, they're gonna score runs. And I won't say Brad's hands are, because they have a lefty, they got a bunch of lefties in the lineup. But I think we're probably not two of their best players out there.
Right.
That one's pretty good.
Ricky Stink can be the. Milton. That's the crazy thing for us was we went, you played 37, however many games you can play, so you play all of them in the fall and spring, and then you get a week off, and then you got 25 to 27 summer league games.
You get 2 weeks off.
And
And
then
then 3 days
3
start.
days.
Yeah, 3 days start.
And the bases loaded walk. So the first hiccup now comes for Mr. Browning. As I was talking about earlier, he had had a margin of victory and the lead throughout. Now an opportunity for Fort Cobb Broxton to really get this game swung and the momentum back in their favor.
College is what you buddy. They don't want you to give us 5
You're right. And there's, you know, what I'm seeing now is that
We've got the Battle of the Blues going on here. Oktaha always wears some kind of combination of what I would call Carolina blue or midnight blue off of that. Occasionally some grays, but super sharp uniforms. Fort Cobb Broxton, very similar to Silo in their color schemes. On paper, this should be the game of the day. All three count. Right now, we have 4 total players under consideration for most outstanding and valuable player awards. 2 from Rutan High School, James Childers and Logan Smith. Kyler Thiessen from Calumet, and then Colby Smith from Silo.
Now, the Big 12 opened up things drastically now because with the Arizona stuff and the West Coast potentially coming into our territory.
Well, thought we were going to have a pitching change, and instead they just swapped out the baseball for the pitcher.
It's so expensive. I get it.
So we are good to go and back in action here.
We don't need to go to all these places. My kids don't go to school.
Now at the plate, number 7, Caleb Crowell.
he's an old coach, and he's a younger guy, but he's coach played at D1 level. And he said something to me because I'm in the bank all the time that resonated with me. He said, look, he said, if your kid has a desire to go play college ball, and he has enough tools, there's a school for him.
1,000%.
And he said it's like this though. So as parents, what you guys have got to do is you've got to do enough research to know which bucket has a living field at each campus. Have they not recruited anybody in that 26 slot for a utility player that can play catcher? You know, he said, huh?
Sorry.
He said count.
1, 2.
So.
Oh, ball one?
I don't know, he filled up, I thought it was 0-2 also, but he said 1, 2.
Teams that have advanced skills and maybe
Check swing, he doesn't go, so it's going to even up pitch count 2-2.
schools
When did the,
then you're gonna get what you
wicked shot to the pitcher. I would have turned home. Too late. He is going to beat the throw in safe. Call is upheld in safe at home. Umpire and ref will confer.
I get what you're saying. It hits you and you something, like you go first base, but his brain's gotta go home.
We're on away.
Actually, show the second, then the first.
Nope.
Away, got the
I
run.
mean, yeah, you
So
don't know.
there's not,
There's not many.
there's not many, but there is,
Now batting number 3, Caleb Gray. So Fort Cobb Broxton gets on the scoreboard with the squeeze. Hot shot to the pitcher. Browning's defensive prowess gets the better of him. He looks second, turns first, spins around, throws home. And instead of just firing home for the automatic out and tag, which would have been exceptionally easy,
Would that be an error for home?
No, it was hit off, it was a fielder's choice.
Gotcha.
defensively, and that, it caught my attention.
That was a hit.
Second to the fielder's choice.
it's what's called a hot shot. It was hard enough to handle to where it's not an error that caused him to not be able to stop the ball.
Is there another ball out there, or is that the chalk?
It's a rosin pad, chalk. Yeah, he uses it for his hands.
Tyler Proctor, if you're not being talked about in the draft, in the top 10 round, you're not gonna play at Division I school. Go to the junior college. I don't care who you are, you're not. I mean,
But with the board today, is you go that board, can you go D3, D2?
Gotta be
Board.
well, the thing is, yeah, with the portal, not even go anywhere you want to the portal out, but my thing about JUCO is they can draft you right away. You're draft eligible from the first day you go. So if you are that guy, or you grow into that and end up being mature enough to be that guy, then
Oh,
you can do that. But I mean, like I said, I've told people 1,000 times, and I'm a orange and black. I mean, I have a logo at UH, but my kid wouldn't go there if I did that all over again.
Well,
And Rawlings will never go there because I'm gonna make sure of that. So
That might be different. In 10 years, 15 years, I don't
no,
know.
it won't. They're just like sitting there, they're not gonna make any changes.
but the nice thing about being down where we're at too is you're not that far from Louisiana. Louisiana has some nice JUCO mid-major schools. Texas is full of, you know. I'm telling Zane sometimes, he's like, listen, I want to know these games. I'm like, dude, I wouldn't go anywhere where it's gonna be cold as shit. I would go
Strikeout.
You know what you're gonna do for the first 2 months of practice, you're gonna be inside.
right.
That sucks.
Now batting number 1, Braden Davis.
But like, honestly, that's what I would, if it was me, I'd go, I would look at, I wouldn't so much look at like, cause you don't know necessarily what they're recruiting. You really don't know what they're looking for or whatever. But I would go look at programs that I think are successful and do good by the kids. And that's the camps we would go to, you know?
See, and that's like Cody was Cody. Everybody, first team all around. So Cody got the eyes on him at Grand Junction. When they went to college with that JUCO World Series, everybody's, I mean, there's a whole section, the middle section of the stands behind home plate is packed where you can't put a piece of paper between the guys and everyone's a scout.
JUCO for college?
Wicked rip there, unable to complete the swing. That would have driven the ball very deeply. 1-2 count.
So by default, you have a couple good at bats, you make a good play. There's no marks up down, but you don't have.
Check swing doesn't go, evens up 2-2.
If you move your ass to Santa Fe,
Yeah, you're right. You did.
and it'll happen every time. With Savion too, it's in the same class.
Yep, you're right.
I solved your problem. I don't know what the hell you're worried about.
Just outside, full count.
You're not wrong. But like, I completely have gotten to the point where the colleges, I can guarantee you this. If you go to Cali, to a baseball camp, Cali's coaches are gonna see your son. 100%. If you go play in a 5-tool event, I can't guarantee no shit.
Well, another thing too about that, Cali, like you just said, Cali goes on good seniors.
Fly out to center field.
And I say this now,
Fort Cobb Broxton scores 1, strands 2. We'll head to the bottom of the 4th inning with the Tigers coming up to bat.
that there's not, when you go to Seminole, Eastern, those guys that get to play at Eastern like a Drake Kerr are pretty special because they have 85 kids in the fall. Right. And so they cut it.
And that's the same said, I wanna go to, he told me in, spring, he said, I wanna go, one of the camps I wanna go to is Texas. And I'm like, why do you wanna go to Texas? He's like, I wanna go to Texas. So we had a solid heart-to-heart look.
Yeah,
I
there's
get
something
you,
wrong with
but-
the you need to figure something
But
out.
you're not gonna play Texas, are you?
You need to tell
Can
them.
you make the roster? Yes, maybe you can, but I don't think.
Ashley, you gotta intervene here because nobody looks good in that burn orange. I don't care who they are, so.
He's just saying it because Texas has had some good teams, you know.
I completely agree with you. Brumball, we were talking to Brumball the other day, and he was telling me the schools I talked to on August 1st. And I'm like, you know what, Carson, I'm kind of pissed off. Texas had the college. The color's terrible. That's not bad, but the program is good.
Yeah.
As much as it sucks.
David Pierce does a good
And
job.
he was
He
like,
really does.
I'm surprised they haven't hollered at me either. And I'm like, what the hell?
And they got the best hitting coach around.
Who was the guy that used to, the old guy that used to be?
Augie.
Yeah, were you the one that
Augie
showed me
Carrillo.
that
Yeah.
video?
Yeah,
Where-
where it goes up. You did their best job so far. Goes there. Goes up.
Dude, get his books. Oh, he's got a book. It's a damn good book. He's dead now. It's a damn good book. Augie's a dude.
Augie was special.
He grew up in like Southern California, like slums, bro. And they struggled through some shit.
Okay.
Dad was a hard ass.
Well, Bowen was a big Augie fan.
So was Augie.
He brought a toilet in the dugout a couple years ago. You know, just flush.
Flusher.
Yeah.
You was telling the story in the book about how they had this skinny Afro kid from Southern California come up to campus and wants to play basketball, and he thinks he wants to play baseball too. And he's like, I ain't taking this damn kid. Like, he's a basketball player, thinks he is. He's like 5'8". What's he doing? Don't even win. You go to San Diego State. Yeah, but I missed that one.
Yeah. I saw something last night.
But he has a good Phil Davis story though.
I saw something last night. He has, Tony Gwynn had 47 four-hit games in his career, and like 30 in his career, and like 31 two-strikeout games. He had more multi-hit games than he has multi-strikeout games. And there was one other one I saw.
Those stats will blow your brain.
So if you're a young hitter trying to find your own way.
It's Jesse
you
too.
look at Tony, you follow Tony Gwynn, and then you look at Pete Rose. So Tony Gwynn is like staying in the same spot every time. Don't move it back. Pete Rose is like, dude, that chicken trying to throw me a curveball, I'm moving up.
Do you ever hear his video when he's on Fox Sports? He's talking about city. He's like, you're a slump. Scoop in the box.
Oh,
That didn't
yeah,
work.
yeah.
Get back in the box.
Yes.
Choke up.
Yeah.
Do this. And I'm like, Pete, that worked for you, brother.
Right.
I mean, there's multiple ways to skin a cat.
Well, they said that.
I choose Tony Gwynn Smith better.
They
Well,
said,
maybe too.
But Pete's not wrong, maybe.
Did you see the Pete Rose Nolan Ryan deal? Said Nolan Ryan was talking about it. Said Pete was going to break their all-time record. He told everybody, "I'm going to break the record on this date against Nolan Ryan." And they're playing, and he gets
This is not gonna go well.
and Nolan's like pissed. Nolan throws the first fastball, and Pete smokes it right up the middle for a base hit. He's that tied the record. It says he's facing the next 3 times. He's doing 9 curveballs and struck him out 3 times. He says Pete walking to the dugout, and Nolan's looking at him as well because he's cussing his best, you know, snapping him down like that. Gets the dugout, throws his helmet. So he looks out at Nolan, and he kind of nodded like he goes, "It was his first time to kind of salute me or whatever." It's just kind of first kind of respect that I ever got from the guy. So he goes, "Well, we make the All-Star team," and I'm in the locker room, and he's from Philadelphia. I think he's Philadelphia. Mike Schmidt's there, and he sees Nolan walk in, and he's like, "Hey, Pete, Nolan's here." Pete looks at him. He goes, "I went from getting the tip of the hat to putting me on." Well, I saw that thing on Tony Gwynn. They were talking about Joey Gallo struck out 37 times in the month of July or whatever, and he struck out 32 times in the last 6 years of his career.
Well, I showed you that deal when the Yankees were having such a fit and Gallo was playing for him. He
I may slide down and see you guys, you send me a schedule.
Yeah.
Cause my work is more of a, I'm traveling 1 week and then I'm still working, but I'm working from home another with the next week, so if I'm doing that, then I can watch baseball, I ain't got nothing else to do. Can't go watch, what happened on, at Santa Fe,
Watch practice.
yeah.
Those
Like I
first-
said, I can't go much well at Santa Fe, so.
Practice.
Those robot, anything
Well,
else?
well,
Is he
I
playing
didn't like,
anything else?
I did not practice when I was.
When I told Job, we talked, and he told me he wants to play basketball.
He's gonna be the quarterback, so.
Little brother.
But I don't know. Like, I don't know. Like, as his baseball coach, he'll tell him to play.
Right.
He don't want you to play.
Yeah.
But if I was his father, I don't know. Because before all this happened, you weren't touching 96, and everybody's telling me you might be first rounder.
Right.
Sure.
Yep. I'm with you.
Like, the last guy in the first round slaughtered for like 2.5. So what's it going to be in 2 years? The last guy. I don't know. Number one guy got 9.7. I think he's gonna be number one, but like 9.7. That's a lot of people.
I'm just bummed the coach, but.
I just gotta find a way to be his agent. That's what
Top
we
of the
gotta do.
fifth?
We gotta be
Yes.
his agent. 'Cause then
I'll
they
be
get-
that,
They
I'll
get
be
like
that.
8% of
I
that
told you
shit.
today.
Yeah. Like, Carson, can I be your baseball coach and your agent? Is that allowed? I haven't told him that. I told him Megan last night that.
It's a
But like, I
lot.
was going through that. Scott Morris had like the first 4 guys. He made like $5 million that day.
Oh, easily, easily.
That's great.
4% off of every one of those.
No,
guys.
I was giving him 10% off of it.
No, it's 4.
It was from 6 to 10, it was 6 to 4 to 10. And I'm thinking Scott's gonna get the highest.
Well,
It's
Scott, and he don't take that much, and the reason he don't is because.
He doesn't have to. 'Cause he gets
Yeah,
every other
exactly,
guy.
'cause he's got every other guy, exactly. He's gonna make it off of Shohei's new deal or
Yeah.
whatever. Wow.
But it was just terrible because like it was like he was at this guy's press conference, and like that's why they don't sign the press conferences on the same day because Scott's gotta be there.
Then he's gotta get all of them.
Yeah.
I know he lost a guy, he lost, when he signs a contract, like if you sign to be he's gonna be your agent, you sign it, you have no say in what goes on. He makes all the decisions. And that's, he and A-Rod don't even talk now, because he was holding out, A-Rod's deal, and A-Rod went with, was it Harold Halsteinbrenner, the owner of the Yankees now, and they got together and said, listen, I just wanna play. So they came-
Because that's what he had with the Red Sox.
The two of them came a deal, and so they gave him, they agreed to the contract, and Morris fired him, I think, sometime, I don't be your agent anymore. Because he makes all the, I had a guy that, he was a first pick of the second round, out of San Francisco University, kid from Arvada High School. This guy was his agent, he wanted $1.5 million, and they offered him like 900,000, he was up $1.5 million, and they wouldn't give it to him, so he was like, he's going back to school. And so the guy was like, hey, we'll take 900, and he said, nope, you're going back to school. And he did. Then he got drafted the next year, he got like 150 or whatever, because he's a senior and no leverage anymore, so.
That's crazy, dude.
Go be safe.
Yeah.
Hog you something.
See you guys.
Thanks for everything.
Now batting number 10, Tanner McAdoo.
I didn't see the first dribble of that, Brandon get lunch. That's all that we have for that.
I'm not getting a little bit, but
Oh! Hit him right in the back.
Well, the walk, doing the walk at bat, probably his best at bat. Because he fell off like 4 balls that were not strikes,
Not
awesome strikes, he hit them over here. You know, and so he hit them where they were pitched, threw them away, threw them a breaking ball away, could have been called, fell off over in the dugout. So I thought his plate control, plate coverage was great. He's gonna get, like they do this.
Oh, man, that pitcher is messed up twice.
well, I just didn't know if we're watching it.
Good song, Patrick. Good song,
No,
Patrick.
no, that's good.
Yeah, they plug
He
him.
must
And he
have
knows
steroids.
So the away team is batting, right?
Yes. I'm about to lose my feet on my camera for whatever reason. It's drained more juice than it should have, so I'm getting ready on my backup here. So I'm a little distracted.
Asked him for it to get taller, and he's like, oh my God, and I'm like, at what?
The biggest thing is too, though, you know,
You're telling
he
me
shoots a basketball.
No one does that.
Out there and
Sheldon's the most honest man I've ever met in my life. Sheldon.
I like to watch him play basketball, I really do. Hey, I'm telling you now, I told everybody.
I know I wouldn't do it. I'm telling you, it happened.
More than he will, you'll have to do it. I told him, I said.
No, I'd like to see him get in that 6'8" range.
They will say they want.
Back seven.
He's gonna score 10 points. I mean, he's a 50-year-old.
Yeah.
For a person on that team, would have been 10 points, hitting another guy, they only played 6. Into the 7th guy.
Now batting number 9, Blaine Bellamy.
I just figured what I've got.
All right, folks that are watching on the live stream, we're going to drop this feed any second now. Great defensive play by the pitcher there. Heads up play. Double play it. And double checking to make sure. Don't know if he, yep, he got him. So unassist 1-3 double play.
That was a heck of a catch. I don't even think he meant to. He just turned his head in it.
Is that number 8 on the mound right now?
Yeah.
Can you tell?
Yes, it was
Okay.
number 8.
Connor Ward. All right.
So much. Yeah, they were telling me a story about things are being tender.
Yeah, number 8 on the mound. It's just a crazy
Yeah, that was a great heads up play. They didn't even see it coming, actually. All right, so back again for anybody watching on the live stream. You're going to notice a drop here any minute now. It'll take me about 1 minute to get the backup camera up. It'll be my iPhone, but it'll be basically on point for the rest of the game. You won't notice any difference on the scoreboard. Encoder panel will look exactly the same, just a different wide lens format. I apologize, but for whatever reason, the computer just didn't hold the charge today well like it normally does for our streaming.
No. Do you own a motorcycle?
I mean, I don't.
Do you own 2 parrots?
Right at the moment, no, I don't.
That guy's living right.
That guy's doing
I
something.
mean, we're not. Guys ride the Harley
My
with 2
thing
parrots.
is too, is I love motorcycles, and I love, that ball's hit well, is it gonna get over, it can go. And that ain't get it.
All right,
That is one
we are
thing.
going to switch cameras now that we have a nice clean break, so we will pick up again in the bottom of the 5th inning.